Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Treasures on YouTube.
This is Friday, so you know what happens on Friday, guys, is down here in the South, we go out yard sailing, okay? Up there on the North, you guys are already done because you guys yard sale on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't understand it, but you know what? What?
I said weirdos.
Oh my gosh, let's go insult half of our other two people that watch. Okay. So today's show is basically, this is our ongoing series of questions and answers that people have asked us or that we've asked other people, or just stuff that we pull out of our own behind, guys, because we don't know what else to talk about. But today's actually kind of cool because it is in June, and so yard season are in full bloom everywhere, okay? And
For here, we're kind of getting towards the end of the spring season.
Yeah.
We will have good yard sailing.
Probably next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then it dies off come the 4th of July for a couple months.
Yeah. Definitely for a couple of months. And today's question is how important is it to be early at a yard sale? Man, everybody talks about this. You see it on YouTube, other people's YouTube channels, which I'm not bashing any of their YouTube channels.
Not at all.
And before I even go any further, this is just our opinions and definitely of our area. If you have differing opinions or you just say y'all are full of shit, go ahead and put it down there in the comments down there below and stuff like that, because we love hearing things like that. It
love
actually does
cat
help us and stuff. Oh, there's a cat.
It's cat time.
Cat time. Okay, so a lot of people, yeah, whatever. Back again. All right, so how important is it to you to be early at a yard sale? First off, does the early bird really catch the worm?
Sometimes.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. We have a story. We went to a yard sale yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We were there right when they were opening. They were actually
not yesterday, Thursday.
Yesterday when we recorded this.
We recorded this. Yeah.
We went to a yard sale and we were there right when they were opening. They were actually still putting out boxes when we drove up. So we were like, "Oh, this is great."
Oh yeah,
And
we're early.
We bought
There was nobody else there.
Yeah, we bought $28 worth of stuff, which is great. I mean, we really liked the items that we got. Very happy with that. They happen to have some children's clothes, which our neighbor, that's like one of her specialties, is she's also a Whatnot reseller. She deals in children's clothes. So we gave her the information, sent her the address because it's real close to where we both live.
We definitely share it. We're going to share it with other
She wound up going over there later, and we were over at her house to help her with a little issue on Whatnot. And she was like, I found some Jellycats and some, what else was it? Like Pokemon plush. She was like, I can't believe you guys didn't get those.
Yeah.
They weren't there.
They weren't there when we were there.
They were not there. I totally went through all of their plush, every single one, and I did not miss Jellycats and I did not miss Pokemon. There's no way.
Now, and the other point to this one, we were at a community yard sale and we were like the first person to walk up to this one. They had video games and they were selling them all for $1, and I bought them all.
Yes.
Okay. Turned around and made a ton on all of those video games. I think that was one of our videos where we asked about negotiating. Should you negotiate back and forth? So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. For us, it's not something that we try to do. There are days that we try to do that, but usually on those days, it's when we have multiple community sales that we're trying to hit in a day. We're not trying to be the first at the yard sale. We're just trying to fit the most amount of sales that we can get in our day, because we're just the two people and we're just driving.
Sometimes people can be upset with you when you get to the yard sales too early. Some people will, I think I'm better at it than I used to be, but, okay. If the sale says it starts at 8 and people come at like 7:30, 7:45, that's one thing. I mean, they're usually going to be fairly tolerant. But if you're rolling up at 6:30 in the morning, I wouldn't always expect people to welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, especially if you've just opened up your door and they want to come in your garage. No, that's a big no.
We're also not going to be doing heavy negotiations that time of day.
No, a lot of people won't do that. Okay, a lot of people won't do that because they want to try to get. And as resellers, we always try to make the best deals that we possibly can. Again, you make your money on the buy. All right, so you try to make the best deals that you can.
I'll tell you, for me, it's not even the money so much. It's just the fact that I don't necessarily want all of my absolute best stuff walking out the door at 6:30 in the morning. and leaving the other people thinking, oh, this is a crappy yard sale. I mean, and if you want to come buy all my best stuff, you're going to pay my price.
And I hate to say this, and I'm probably going to piss somebody off on this one, but it seems to be the same type of buyers. Coins and jewelry, okay? Those people are trying to get to those yard sales before anybody else in there. They come running up, you got any old coins? You got any jewelry? Okay? They will literally go through your damn ass house to try to find some of that stuff. If you don't stop them and everything, and they're there, boom, and they're gone.
And if you're one of those guys, I'm sorry, I do what I can to ruin your deal. That's my dirty secret. If I see one of those guys coming and talking to the ladies, I will go casually mention to them, hey, gold prices are crazy high right now. Definitely do your research.
Or she'll walk by and whisper, she's going to stick to your price.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, because I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna piss somebody off. Whatever, I piss somebody off, piss them off. Okay, we can actually title this one. Jack Treasure pisses off gold buyers. But they try to rip people off more than anybody.
And the ones I've seen near me are ripping people off. And I'm all for you getting a great deal and everything, but the ones that we see are slimy. Yeah. If you're doing this and you're not slimy, love you. I love that
definitely. There's a couple of people that are out there that are really, really good. There's one of the other things with these guys, you can almost call this a damn gold seller one, is they come out there and try to shove their freaking knowledge down your damn ass throat.
And they're not giving you
and they lie. Yeah. Oh, gold prices have gone down. Okay. You have a phone, look it up.
Oh, this isn't real gold. This is gold plated. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not close enough to see that, but.
And then why are they buying it?
Right.
So people tend to show up and they show up early, and people that are having the yard sales get frustrated with it. They're trying to put stuff out and you're in there trying to go through boxes. Some people like it, other people don't. Okay, so in this case, I would say no, the early bird is not getting the worm, especially if they come to our yard sale. Yeah, not at ours. Okay. Another thing, and Tracy actually said this too. Some people tend to be to hold better stuff because of those deal hunters. Okay, they know they got these video games. They know they got these really nice records. They know they got this gold or whatever it may be, and they know that those people are going to come to those to the auction early, so they hold them off into the garage. Those jelly cats,
I don't think that was the case with this one.
Because they were literally stuff out when we were walking up. And they even told us that. I gave them a card. And I told them, I said, if you need help getting rid of stuff, just let me know. I'll come and I told them I would buy it. I would buy it. But so they hold stuff off into the garage. They don't want to make those deals, as Tracy said, because a lot of when you advertise video games, you advertise tools, you advertise all of those things, and people will come to them just because of that. And when you don't have it, they get upset. Now you've lost the deal on something different. Yeah. They might have seen something else that they want.
Like I said, I could care less if you come by every single nice thing I have early, but you are not going to get the same deals that someone will at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, the sales are more crowded. 100%, especially the community sales. You get there right when they open. Oh my gosh,
or before.
That traffic. Oh no. Yeah. I would rather maybe hit some sales that aren't in the neighborhood and then swing in the neighborhood come 10 o'clock and kind of swoop up the other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You got the traffic is bad. If you're up in the north, okay, which this goes along with the traffic, a lot of times that they do their sourcing on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, usually on Wednesdays and Thursdays is what I've heard. And if school's out, then you're dealing also with school traffic, school buses. Okay, can you imagine a school bus going through a community yard sale early in the morning?
And on top of that, you've got the garbage trucks, you've got the mail, workman trucks, things like that, which those are going to be
lawn service is the one that
those are going to be through the day, but you have that on top of the school buses and the traffic from the yard sales. It can be
yeah, that was a good point, because even like yesterday we went to a community yard sale that was fairly small. Okay, it was a very, very small community, and there was a guy who had his utility trailer and everything like that. He couldn't get by. I had to back up for him. Okay, so it gets definitely more crowded. The next point.
Better bargains at the end of the day. Absolutely. people when they gets to the end of the sale, if it's a 1-day sale especially, they want to be done. That's when they're going to take those offers. They may even make the offer. They may be like, we want to get this out, you make me an offer, make a pile, things like that.
Yeah,
that's going to happen,
especially if they're trying to get rid of their stuff as opposed to trying to make money.
Right, that's going to happen more for you towards the end of the day. One of our more fun yard sales we went through, it got over at like noon, was it? It was really early. We're driving through that sale. Almost everybody had a free pile at the end of their driveway, and this was a nice neighborhood. We picked up some really good stuff.
Yeah, I remember one time we went through and we picked up a pinball machine.
Yep.
Okay, it was on the thing. It said free on it. Just yesterday, last weekend, we picked up a Little Tykes play set. It was huge. It was
one of the bigger ones.
One of the big play sets and stuff. I put it up on the marketplace after I brought it home and I pressure washed it. I got videos down there. I think there's a video of that one too. I don't know.
Maybe.
We videoed some of it, but I don't think we did.
I don't know if I can turn it into a presentable
maybe we'll do it
video
as a short or something like that. But literally, I'm hoping I sold it the next day. Fingers crossed. The only reason my fingers crossed is because it was already supposed to be picked up, but the guy didn't bring a car big enough to take it all, because it's one that it filled my truck. My truck completely full.
He's got a long bed, babe.
Yeah, I've heard. Okay, overcompensating a little bit there, buddy. But yeah, free stuff usually at the end of the sales. You can get some really, really good deals, better bargains at the end of the day. That people, when you're walking up and they say, I don't want to bring any of this stuff back into my house.
Cha-ching!
Yep, big one on that one.
On the second day, sometimes people are going to sleep in, whether they mean to or not. Yard sales are tiring. So if they're doing like a Friday, Saturday sale, which that's the 2 days for us around here that there are sales, Saturday, a lot of times people might be still sleeping in.
And we're not going to mention Dottie and Tracy up in Tennessee because they actually did show up.
I love that. I freaking love that. I'm ready to do yard sales with them again because I'm all about not having to get up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, they did. They were great. Stuff like that. We went to, again, same weekend, same thing. They had a sign out front, yard sale starting at 8 o'clock. We were driving by at 9.
Yeah, I was going to say 8:45.
No, it was 9.
Was it 9?
It was 9.
Saw the
tables were there.
Not an item in sight, not a person in sight.
Nope. They either didn't do it the second day or they just didn't do it at all.
They slept in. Hello.
This is a big one for us, and we've done a video on this one. I know it. It was a short or something like that. They don't have change.
Yeah.
People don't have change at the beginning of the yard sale, this could be happening also at the end.
We try to not go in with all 20s, but sometimes you just can't help it. That's all the ATM has, and so your people are less likely to have change for you early in the day.
Yeah. So is it really important to be at the yard sale early? Not in our case.
Sometimes, sometimes not.
Yeah, but overall, in general, not really.
We do just fine without rushing. For us, an average yard sale day will start about 8:30, I would say, and we're still finding deals.
We usually get out on the road at about 7:30 after we eat breakfast. We wake up and do our stuff, and then
a lot of times we're driving at around 8 and having trouble finding sales that are open yet. That's another thing. You're going to see a lot around us, at least, a lot more sales that aren't even open yet.
Yeah, and so tell us what you think. Is it more important for you guys? How many of you get up at the crack of dawn or even before the crack of dawn and get out to those yard sales as early as possible? I know that probably Corey and Teresa do, but that might be because of the fact that they're in a very rural area and they got to drive a distance to get to it. But we're not talking about that. But to try to get early at the yard sale, how important is it to you guys? Let us know in the comments there down below. Help us out with Stop Soldier Suicide. That's our little charity that we try to help out with as much as we possibly can. And as always,
pet a cat.
That's right. Peace out from Jack's Treasures.
Yeah.
Bye.